Well, thank you to FuturePrint. Thank you, Marcus, for inviting me to come share the story of the BoxMaker's digital transformation and what that journey has meant for our sales organization. If you are a manufacturer or a supplier to a printer, my hope is that you will take away a better understanding of what your customers and prospects may need as they consider making an investment in digital. If you're a printer that is early in your decision-making as far as making an investment in digital, this may be a glimpse of what is ahead for you. As Marcus mentioned, I'm the Vice President of Sales for the BoxMaker, and in addition to leading sales, I also head up structural design, pricing, client services. And in just a few days, I will proudly celebrate 18 years with the company. The BoxMaker was started in 1981, and we are located just outside of Seattle, Washington, on the northwest coast of the US. Since our humble beginnings, we have evolved into a modern packaging company that embraces technology and operates two of the highest capacity all-digital plants for corrugated boxes and displays in North America. In addition to digital print for corrugated packaging and labels, we also fabricate foam for blocking and bracing, and we also distribute a variety of general packaging supply products. Today, I'm here to talk about change, because change is the only constant. And today, I will share with you the story of how we have successfully shepherded our sales organization through the sea of change that the past decade has brought, from the dawn of digital production within the BoxMaker to its broader adoption, and transformed into an organization that embraces change and rewards those who can sell it. The BoxMaker was started by Dave Hill in 1981, and prior to that, he was a corrugated salesman for an integrated paper mill. He founded the BoxMaker on the idea to do something different. He wanted to serve the market and provide products like no one else. Started out selling plain brown boxes, small to mid-sized quantities, and through acquisition and investment, grew into fabricating foam, printing labels, and packaging distribution. So in 2011, in the idea of doing something different, the BoxMaker purchased its first digital corrugated press. Back then, I was a salesperson for the BoxMaker. Our typical order was mid-size to large run, plain 1 or 2 color flexo corrugated boxes, maybe some foam, maybe some tape, maybe some stretch wrap to go along with it. And we were a commission-based sales force that made a living based off of selling large runs with no change. And the company bought this FB 700 from HP, and we thought, 6 to 8 sheets an hour, how on earth are we going to make any money? So about a year later in 2012, an opening for a sales manager came in our largest market for Seattle. And I raised my hand and I earned the promotion to become the sales manager. And also at that time, our primary customer base was in general manufacturing, aerospace, electronics, medical, very industrial customer base. But I was tasked to lead this transformation from our largest sales team toward the investment. So another year goes by, the digital business is growing, so we decide to upgrade our equipment and purchase our next digital press, higher capacity, more capabilities. At that time, we also decided this is not the first investment, it's not the second. We're going to have to drive change, and we're going to have to hire differently. So we decided to create a role for a director of digital to lead our growth in this new direction from both a sales and operations perspective for corrugated and labels. Our first hire came from printing. She came to us with extensive experience in executive and senior leadership, as well as technical expertise. Because frankly, as a packaging company used to printing 1 and 2 color flexo, we did not really have any color expertise. 2 years into our digital journey, about 25% of our sales force had latched on to the opportunities within digital. The variable data, the versioning. At that time, we had a HP 7600. It had textured varnish, which I thought was the coolest thing. It was really hard to get customers to buy that. And then hop ahead to 2015. 4 years into our digital journey, our director of digital launched BoxMaker University. The idea was to have in-person lunch and learn events for clients to learn about the capabilities and possibilities for their business with digital. And the primary goal was to spread the gospel of digital for our customers to learn, as well as our internal sales reps. Also in 2015, talked about it earlier, about influencers and unboxing. And influencers emerged in the mid-2010s, and by 2016, influencing was $1 billion industry. It's much larger today, but it's hard to believe it was $1 billion in 2016. So timing is everything. In 2016, our director of digital decided, hey, it's time for us to make the upgrade on our label, so we bought an HP Indigo. Prior to that, we had two multicolor Mark Andy Flexo presses, and we decided to go all in on the digital side. And also, I was leading the company's largest region, and I had a sales team where about half of the members had spent their whole life selling commodity packaging, and they started to see the writing on the wall. We were shifting away from selling commodities and shifting to selling the value of digital, and about half of them began to announce their retirements. And I think most of us that have been in packaging for any amount of time recognize the difficulty in replacing the depth of knowledge when you have to hire new people. But what I decided to do was hire people who had experience selling change, because that's what we were selling. We were selling change. We were not just selling a box anymore. So skip ahead to 2018. We'd made multiple investments in additional presses, but 2018 was a real turning point for us because we decided to purchase an HP C500 because our business was growing and it was time to take the next big step. So 7 years in, about half of our sales team had seized the opportunities that digital brought. But with the scale of investment, we needed much broader adoption. And quite frankly, they had a hard time selling the value because most of them had spent a career selling commodities. We hosted regular trainings, we had internal subject matter experts, we created our own curriculum internally, and we also relied very heavily on outside suppliers. In fact, HP sent several people to our facilities to help teach our sales team about the value in selling digital. But despite all of that training, there still was a gap. So we needed to return to our roots and do something different. So at that time, we decided, let's do some restructuring yet again, more change within our sales organization, and I was promoted to VP of Sales. And we were well on our way, and more training continued with the sales team. But the biggest thing was when I made a modest commission change, because that really turned the behavior within the sales team to turn toward digital. So our business is growing, our digital was significantly on the rise, and our marketing manager, we had an internal, and we still have an internal marketing team, decided, let's have a packaging conference. So in 2018, before we even installed the C500, we hosted a Packaging Experience Summit. It was an immersive in-person experience for clients to come and learn about the possibilities with digital. We had speakers from around the world. We didn't even have our C500 when the first event took place. We had a big sign in front of an empty space that said, "Future Home of the C500." In 2019, we hosted our second Packaging Experience Summit after that C500 was installed, and attendance doubled. We attracted an audience from around the Western US, as well as others within the industry who wanted to learn more about digital. So we were well on our way, and then change again. COVID happened. So we pivoted from doing in-store display to doing e-commerce packaging. And also at that time, professionals began leaving their 9-to-5s to go start their own business as a result of the Great Resignation. And short-run high-graphic packaging was a perfect fit. So that definitely grew our business, as well as the e-commerce of the existing clients that we already served. And the BoxMaker doubled down in 2020 during COVID. We announced the installation of our second Indigo press to double our label capacity. We announced our second C500 installation, and we announced the opening of our Lowell, Arkansas facility near the Walmart headquarters to better serve national brands at scale. So there you have it. The BoxMaker started its digital journey in 2011. The real change happened when we hired differently and created new roles to lead growth in this new direction. The equipment came first, new hires came second, and followed by leadership transition and the evolution of our sales staff. And with our largest investments came a change in selling strategy and the target customer. When I talked about our target customer at the beginning of this presentation being very industrial, today about half of our business is food and beverage. With confidence, I can say that our biggest years with digital are ahead. I say this proudly because 100% of our sales team today leads conversations around digital with customers. The BoxMaker has always been at the forefront of innovation. And after 13 years, the speed of change has accelerated for equipment, technology, and the work that we've done to educate our internal staff as well as customers about products, as well as our internal strategy. And as I look back, I know that we were at the forefront of this game-changing technology as an early adopter, and the sales team was tasked with leading and educating our customers about these possibilities. We had to do the heavy lifting, and as a company, we successfully managed through changes in leadership, selling strategy, and products to have the success that we're experiencing today. So to inspire your path forward, I will leave you with this quote to think about something different. And as I talk about change, it's not going to go away. From customers today still will say that digital doesn't meet their needs. They talk about color gamut, clarity, price is a major objection from brands, but they're missing the point of how far digital has come in printing on corrugated and label substrates. And they're also missing the opportunity to improve their bottom line from a sales, operations, and marketing perspective. And they get really hung up sometimes on a small color delta. Digital makes a huge difference, and it's helped to transform our business. So thank you. I will be here the rest of today if anyone has any questions.
Thank you.